Probably wondering why I'm under my desk right now, but this is what you need to do in case there is an earthquake. I'm here on the corner of East Walnut Street and South Natchez Avenue, where right now firefighters are in the process of putting out some flames that have gone through the entire portion of this house from attic to basement. And when you get to the Yak Bak website, there's a whole world of resources for you to choose from. You can make a new report, see what reports already have been posted, even make your own profile and see your past reports. All this at the click of a mouse, and the best part, it's free. I'm here at Fit Studio in Yakima, where it's all about boot camp. We're getting in shape for the summer. I'm here on Nob Hill Boulevard at the overpass right on 1st Street, where right now traffic is moving pretty smoothly, but that's all going to change in just a few hours. And the common reason dispatchers say they get false alarm 911 calls is parents giving their old cell phones to their kids as a toy. They say to avoid any false calls, take the battery out of the phone. That way, when your kids press the buttons, they won't be making that false call to 911. I gotta say, it's not for anyone who wants to stay nice and clean. There's a lot of mud flying around now. I've already been hit by a few pellets of mud.
What am I going to do with this? I have 4 generations living in one house, and I have 2 dogs, and I've got kids. I mean, where are we going to go? That's my home.
Linda Johnson has grown up in Yakima and calls this place her home. But after this morning, she doesn't have a home to go to.
I don't know what we're going to do. I mean, I swear. I hope God's watching because I need some help. A fire started in her basement, destroying her bedroom and everything else under the house, all while she was upstairs with her 92-year-old father, who's confined to a wheelchair. Everyone got out safely, but now that she can't go back inside until after months of cleanup, her neighbors are lending a helping hand.
Opening my home up. If they need a place to stay or food or anything that they need, we're here.
Patricia Jamie is the captain of Neighborhood Watch and lives next door to the Johnson family. She says she's not the only one who feels the responsibility to help out.
The neighborhood will help. I know that we'll all be here for them to help them out with anything else that they need.
And the Johnsons know they're in good hands today.
Oh, this is the best neighborhood in Yakima, and we help each other. That's how we do things. We spend time helping each other.
And tomorrow,
I will survive, and so will my family, and this neighborhood will help.
38 Cargo VTEC 11.
Every summer, crews fight wildfires across the state, and when the call comes in, it's all hands on deck.
We have our firefighters, our field support drivers that they'll be trained as well as their pilots.
But before they can fight the flames, crews need to brush up on their skills on the ground and in the air to make sure they can do the most efficient job possible.
If you didn't know what we were doing when we got out there, if we hadn't practiced scenarios, we need the competency. When you're working around aircraft and aviation, it's important that folks know what they're doing and they know what they're getting into and have trained and minimize that risk.
This training happens every season, this time in Cle Elum, where pilots practice fighting a 7-acre fire from the air.
It gives us an opportunity to, from the get-go, able to get eyes on it from the air so we can size it up really well. We can find a lot of dangers and hazards that the crew might encounter. We can also get the troops a lot closer to the fire.
These choppers are responsible for dropping water on the flames, transporting ground crews, and getting information about how big the fire is and what the weather conditions might be like, all crucial to their success. And back in 2012, during the Taylor Bridge fire, it was helicopters like these that were flying overhead extinguishing the flames that grew to more than 22,000 acres and destroying dozens of homes. But without them, the fire could have grown a lot bigger and the devastation could have been a lot worse. But even though it's an unforgiving job, these crews are full of pride.
It puts a smile on my face. 23 years later, it's fun. It's a nice view from my office.
Flying back late evenings and sun is getting ready to set and you've had a long fire day and then landing at an airport somewhere in Washington State. It's a pretty awesome experience.
And before they know it, fire season will be over, but they always have next year to rise like a phoenix once again. In Cle Elum, Carl Hensley, NBC, right now. Joel Baker was known by many names: husband, dad, friend, or just JB.
He loved his family so much. He really belonged to the community as well. I mean, he wasn't just ours. He belonged to everyone.
He was a well-known radio DJ in Yakima, a career he dreamed of as a kid.
He lived his dream, and he would get paid, and he would always say, "I can't believe I get paid to do this."
But he was forced to end his career when he was diagnosed with throat cancer back in 2012. Last month, he unexpectedly lost his battle. Now his family is left in a state of shock knowing he won't be home for Christmas.
It's been tough. There are things that are happening with, the holidays that I want to text him or call him and ask him questions and get an answer from him as to if I'm making the correct decision.
And the loss isn't felt just at home. JB's co-workers are also feeling the pain of his absence.
We didn't expect this at all. I didn't expect it at all. I did think that he was doing well. I was absolutely shocked.
His wife now cares for their 2 kids alone, and even though it's tough, they're doing all right.
The kids and I are doing well because we know that ultimately he's not in pain anymore, and he was in so much pain.
Now his family and a town face a new year and a winter's darkness, but no, JB didn't give up without a fight.
To lose, you have to give up. And he never gave up. Not until not even the last second was he giving up.
This inconspicuous storefront is getting ready to be the first legal retail marijuana store in Union Gap.
You're going to be able to come into a place that's going to be nice and clean. It's going to be friendly. You're not going to be doing a deal, you know, out behind the grocery store.
Adam Marcus is the owner of Station 420, set to open on Main Street next Tuesday. He's had the idea for years after his sister died from a prescription drug overdose for her chronic pain. Now his brother is dealing with the same pain issues his sister suffered from before her untimely death.
I don't know that medical marijuana, if it would have helped her or not helped her, but she didn't have the choice at that time.
And luckily for Marcus, a friend was looking for work. Al Kleinman is the store's manager with almost 40 years of bartender experience and 17 years of teaching the state's Liquor Control Board mandatory alcohol training. So with that, he's got a good set of tools to bring to the table.
I'm a great help when it comes to showing the employees how to check IDs properly and how to recognize possible intoxication levels.
Marcus says his product will cost between $17 and $25 for 1 gram of marijuana. Marijuana that's been tested thoroughly.
All of our product goes through heavy testing. They test for chemicals. They're going to be checking for mold and mildew. All of the things that could be detrimental to using marijuana.
But even with all the legal hoops they had to go through, they will be ready for business as usual.
I think we're going to be right on schedule.
We've all sat back and watched what happened in Colorado. You know, is it going to be the same thing that happens here? Right. We'll let you know on Wednesday.